Hey, Hare Krishna. Long time no see, Devalaya. I'm not listening you.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. Wait for you.
I actually put acai ice cubes.
Wow.
I thought it'd be kind of nice.
Looks delicious. I never made
Yeah.
the acai ice cubes. You gave me a really good idea right now.
Yeah. I just thought of it. I'm like, oh, I'll put ice cubes in here, but I'm like, I've got the acai.
Oh. It's tradition in Ekadashi in Brazil to have açaí. A
Oh,
bowl of
really?
açaí. Yeah, we generally get together to have açaí.
Oh my gosh. Acai, you say. Is it like
Uh-huh.
Brazil? Is it a Brazilian kind of fruit?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I
Yeah.
feel like it's more within the last 10 years or so. It's been more popular in the area that I live in. But before that, like no one, like we all didn't really know how to pronounce the name.
Yes, because it's an accent that you don't have in English, right?
Where's the accent on the A?
On the last letter.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, we don't, there's actually no accents in American English. That's so
Yeah.
weird. I never thought about that. Yeah, we do not. Hmm.
Hare Krishna Kala.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are talking about açaí.
I'm sending you a virtual acai.
This is interesting because uh wasn't popular in Brazil like 20 years ago, besides on the north of Brazil. And then it
Oh,
starts to be something very popular and trendy. And now we have açaí everywhere in Brazil and many countries with açaí also, because people start to realize that this will be a good source of money. So some
oh,
farmers start to plant trees to have açaí a
I
lot.
see.
Yeah. And it's very beneficial for health. There is lots of antioxidants, lots of vitamins.
Yeah, supposedly it's a superfood. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I think any fruit can't go wrong with fruit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Brazil, do you have like places where they sell like fresh juices or like smoothie kind of like is that common? And okay.
Super.
Yeah, I would imagine because it's so hot, so you want refreshments.
Yeah, it's very common, and there are some places that you can have juice of all the fruits. Like it's
Ooh,
delicious, delicious, and like from the fruit. It's not a syrup. It's not
yeah.
from a container. It's from the fruit already.
Ooh, yeah. Like we have, I don't know if you have these in Vancouver, but they're called Jamba Juice, and they're literally like this much fruit and this much sugar. It's like not even like, it's like it's not even real. I'm like, you need to put fruit in this thing, Jamba Juice. But I don't
That,
really
that
know that.
that's like a booster juice, Prima.
Yeah, I was thinking about the booster juice.
Yeah, similar.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, jumbo juice. I don't know if I've been before. I don't know. I'm thinking here about Chicago. I don't remember, but yeah, the idea of juices is very different here than in Brazil. Because in Brazil,
Yes.
it's just really juice from fruit, and here generally will be syrup, or something frozen, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
but fruits, it's delicious. It's delicious. And nowadays we see many people talking bad about fruits on social media, about calories and all this kind of
What?
stuff. There is all the
No.
type of
Bad
lunatic.
about fruits?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
There is
crazy.
people advocating against a simple orange juice or a simple acai bowl, saying that this will do your glycosides go really high. But
Oh,
it,
I see what you mean with all the sugar, but it's like seriously, come on.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Because if you think about the foods according to the Gita, fruits are in the mode of are in sattva guna. It's not a bad
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing at all. But people don't drink water. People prefer to drink a soda.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say that what's really bad, it's an orange juice. I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like anything that we overindulge in is going to be not beneficial. So, like if I drank orange juice for every meal every day, I don't think that would be healthy, but just once in a while, I think is fine.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna, Mangalarati.
Haribo.
How are you doing? What's happened?
Got two stints.
Mangalarati. I was hours ago, I was thinking that, well, I don't know if Mangalarati will join us because he said that he will travel to do seven a temple. What happened, Prabhu?
Well, I don't want to mess up your booking, but are you the only one here? I'm on my phone. I'm not seeing everybody.
We have
Okay.
Devalaya and Krishna Kala.
Hare
It's been
Krishna.
Um,
it's being recorded, the meeting.
okay. Yeah, I was at the farm. I am in Mississippi, and I was at the farm, and basically I got there and I started having some pains in my chest. So the short of it is, I went to the hospital, and yeah, they said I had a ticking time bomb. I had two arteries that were like 98% plugged. So I just
Oh,
about an hour or two ago, I got two stents, and I'm doing good.
wow, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Holy.
So sorry to hear.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Oh
No,
my
look,
goodness.
this is where Krishna was so kind. I mean, this is gonna, you know, I keep telling you guys this, but I'm blessed because I got the warning. I didn't have the heart attack. I got the warning, so I didn't have to. I mean, I was able to go get everything fixed with no heart attacks, no damage to my heart. You know, whereas most people they end up coming in ambulance because they had a heart attack. So Krishna gave me a little heads up, like, hey, you need to go do something, and I listened, and I'll be fine. So yeah, a little funny thing.
Wow. Oh. Glad to hear that, Prabhu. You said 98% blocked?
Yeah, two of them.
Holy.
And one was they call it the lad one. They call that the Widowmaker. It's like the main artery to your heart. Most of your heart gets its blood through that one.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm doing fine. I'll probably be back at the temple in a day or so, and everyone, devotee's been taking good care of me. They come up here and brought me prasadam, and yoga did.
oh.
And the nurses here have been rock stars. So, and I got a couple. I need to get some Gitas brought up here. I got two of them I need to give out. Anyway,
Oh, Prabhu. Well, nice that you didn't jeopardize the signs and you went to the doctor, right?
yes,
Nice that you treat well this material body because that's what you have right now. This is very responsible. Yeah, I'm
well,
seriously. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no,
Because many
it
people
took.
sometimes think that you don't need to treat well our body or don't take care
Oh,
of our
this is
health.
not. No, this is nothing you can ignore. Trust me. I would go for a walk, and well, I thought it was indigestion at first or heartburn because I was walking around and it kept hurting, and then I'd rest and it would just go away. I'm like, okay, so it's heartburn because I got to the temple and ate a bunch of spicy food, and that's what I thought. And anyway, so then I just ate plain food for like a day. I slept really good, no pain one night. I get up, I went to Mangalarti Saturday morning, no problems at all. So I said, okay. But when I've been walking a little bit, so I said, well, I'm going to go for a little brisk walk, japa walk, and we'll see. And boy, did it. Yeah, then that's when I knew. I'm like, okay, got to go to the hospital. So off to the hospital I went. And then I had to go to another hospital because they didn't have what they could do for me there. So they released me there. And Radha Shyam devotee, he took me to, I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi. And he took me here. Of course, you say, I have chest pains. It's running down my arms. You're like, fast track right in, you go. Anyway, so yeah. And then I knew that I just had to, once I realized what's going on, I just sat in my room and I was just I stayed very quiet because they couldn't work on it. I went in on Saturday, but they weren't going to do it until today. So I'm like, oh, that's a whole day away. I can't get excited. I need to just stay really calm. So I would just chant and just lay here. I was afraid to turn an event into a crisis. So, and it worked. So here I am.
Wow. Thank you so
Anyway,
much for joining us today, really, Mangalarti.
so are you reading? And did I interrupt? Because I was talking to my daughter and then your little post came up. I'm like, I gotta go. Because all day I've been thinking, I think I'll get out of Cath Lab in time that I can come say hi and read with you guys
No, we're deeply honored that you join us. We're really just having a conversation about fruits. That's what we were doing before.
about fruits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Devalai was talking about açaí, and I was talking, I was saying that açaí is from Brazil, and on Ekadashi in Brazil, we all get together to have açaí. It's our tradition in Ekadashi there.
Oh, very good.
Yes, and then we start to talk about the modes of nature and how fruits are in Sattva Guna and
Hmm.
how people generally prefer not to have fruits, but maybe a bar of chocolate or other thing. And
Mm.
this kind of stuff. Because we were discussing the modes of nature on the third part, right?
Right. Yeah. And definitely foods fall in those three categories very distinctly.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And some things are not so clear, not so easy to identify. And I was talking to the Valaya that there were some people that said that orange juice is not the best choice for your health because there is lots of sugar on it, and the same with acai. But yeah, exactly. It's It's not like this, but people prefer to have soda than orange juice, and then they will say that it's better to have soda without sugar than a juice, and we know that that's not like this, right?
Mm. Yeah, it's all gonna kill you.
Mangala Artsy, I hope you have a speedy recovery, and also how wonderful the devotees are coming to see you and bringing you prasadam, speaking of food. So that's a blessing. But yes, I wish you speedy recovery.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it just happened like an hour or two ago. I think I've been in my room here for an hour. So okay, well, I'm gonna leave because this is my brother called me. He's my twin. So I mean, I want to stay for this, but I need to probably go take this one. I'd
It's
love to stay for,
okay.
but anyway, nothing else. I will definitely be back Monday if I can get back in. But me and him, we get along.
Sure. Sure.
Anyway,
Wishing you a smooth recovery. Please join
Yes.
back if you can. Otherwise, it's okay. We totally understand.
all
Rest
right.
up, Prabhu. Yeah. Speedy recovery.
Thank you all. Y'all are very dear to me. I enjoy our Mondays.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Oh, so
Wow, that's incredible that he joined, even that he joined, after what has happened through the day, man. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's always very inspireful for me see how devotees are attached to the association and to their duties, right? Even if it's not a duty, but he wants to be together, he wants to get association, we want to keep connected, and we never know the challenge that someone is facing. So it's very inspireful for sure. Um, Let me share here the screen so we can continue reading. We are in the third part of the comprehensive guide to Bhagavad-gita, with literal translation by Dhananda Das Goswami. Someone would like to continue reading?
I'm gonna have to pass because I'm driving.
I can read.
All right, we stop in the first paragraph, Devalaya. So
Okay,
if you
so
like
start.
to read and um, pause of the first paragraph to comment, highlight something, or if you want to continue and pause to highlight something after, it's okay.
Okay, so start with the first paragraph, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. For example, when we give charity for a good cause, solely to help others, and with no desire for return, we give charity in goodness. When we help others, but we also seek fame or profit but also seek fame or profit through our gifts, we give in passion. And in giving that does more harm than good is in darkness, such as a gift that enables one with clear criminal intent to harm the innocent. Thus, the quality or mode of our giving affects the quality of our life. Yeah, this is really interesting, you guys. I in Chicago, I used to work at a few museums. The last one I worked at was the Museum of Science and Industry. And so I was driving around that neighborhood with my kids, I don't know, maybe in this past year. And I was like, oh, you guys, there's the museum where, I used to work. And, I was just telling them a little bit about my work there. And it was before they were born. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, there's another name on the museum. It said, I was like blown away. It said Griffin Museum of Science. I'm like, who is Griffin? Griffin was the man who gave like millions of dollars to the museum. And now he has his name on as a part of the museum. And I was like, wow, this guy really wants to be noticed. So and so I was like, so to me, that's like the mode of passion because it wasn't like he could have easily donated to the museum and kept the name, but obviously he wanted his name on this museum. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting and kind of funny at the same time.
Yes, I can tell. Well, for me wasn't his name until now.
Right.
Thank you for update me for next time that I be in Chicago.
Right.
This happens with some stadiums in Brazil. People want to put the name of their brands there. And as you said, it's a mode of passion, 100%, right?
Mhm.
Because when you go to a museum, it's the name of what there is inside the museum, whether it's a social museum or a museum of fine arts or whatever. That's curious. That's so weird. So
It
weird.
was. It was shocking.
Yeah. It's interesting because this totally relates to the next paragraph here. Um, Krishna gives a similar modal analysis of faith, food, sacrifice, austerity, renunciation, knowledge, action, the doer, reason, determination, happiness, and vocation, explaining how each mode binds us, leading to varieties of future lives. Imagine yourself being so attached to your name that you decide that the name of the museum of an important city will change to be your name.
It's surprising, but people do it, especially ones with millions of dollars.
Yes, yes. And when you think about charity, because we have charity in the three modes also, right? This wouldn't be a charity in the mode of Sattva Guna at all, because why do you have the necessity of people recognize you as someone that is doing charity, right? Why do you need to be seen as a savior?
You know, that's very true, but it also happens within our movement, right? Like they're accepting donations for the TOVP right now. And remember when we were in Huntsville, Prema, and how much they were just like almost begging for donations and saying, you donate this much, you get your name on the wall here. You donate this much, you get your name on the wall here. It's just everyone wants some sort of recognition for their acts that they're doing, even in charity. And I mean, I don't know. Can you? Is it still in the mode? Is it still in the mode of passion if you're donating to Prabhupada's movement and wanting your name on the wall, or is it just like you want to donate, but your name's going to go on the wall no matter what? I wonder.
This is something that I partly only see. Well, I never see this in Brazil. I noticed this in other countries, but in Brazil, where I'm from, it's not common. It's not common. When a cultural center or a temple opens, we always highlight that this is just to serve Prabhupada's mission in honor as a gift, uh, as we are trying to retribute something to Prabhupada that gave us so much. But yeah, here I see some things like this temple was opened by this Swami or that Swami. And I confess that I never see um, something like this before. I noticed that this happens here.
Yeah, and like even in,
But
oh, I'm sorry.
thank you.
Go ahead.
But I understand that people have different motivations. Um, I don't know the motivations of everyone with everything, so wouldn't be fair to judge because I don't have the appropriate tools for this. I don't have the appropriate knowledge for this. But thinking about the different modes of nature, we can learn how to navigate and distinguish the actions. And also, when you think about psychology concepts, we understand that some people have the necessity to be seen by others and recognized by others, right? What do you say, Kala?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. People, it's a lot of ego, and when you're in this mode of passion, your ego can get inflated. You want it inflated, or it gets hurt. Um, but even even in our Sunday feasts, like before prasadam, after a class, there's announcements and like so and so family donated for tonight's feast, and then someone will say, so tonight's feast was donation by someone who remains wishes to remain anonymous, right? Like, yeah, people, even on super small scales, people are looking for recognition.
What do you think about this, Devalaya?
Yeah, I was just trying to remember if there's any show of like gift giving at the Chicago Temple or the announcements. I don't recall, but it doesn't mean it's not there. So, but it's nothing apparent to me. Like when I've been to the Chicago Temple, I don't think that there's any recognition of donations that's apparent. However, like I agree with you though. Like I don't know people's motivations. The person would have to like I only know from my own motivation and my own experience. So why would I want like for example, there's a new building being attached to the public library in my town. So they're asking for donations. And they said if you donate, you'll have like kind of what we're talking about. You'll have your name on a wall that will be in memory of your family and showing that you're supporting the library. And I thought to myself, well, I like to support the library, but I don't want my name up there just because I feel like it's not necessary. Like I don't like really what is I mean I'm gonna donate like $25. You know what I mean? It's like I if it was a $25 million it wouldn't be any difference. It's just I don't really think in that way, to be honest with you. Like I wonder if people who have more wealth, maybe that's important to them in some respect for some kind of like social recognition. And I don't know. I mean, I like, why do people do it? I don't know. I mean, for myself, I want to support the public library in the little way that I can, but it's not that my friends or my community can see your name up there. It's more of like, I believe in the library. I'm a librarian. It's important for me to have a public space that has materials available to the community. But yeah, again, I'm not sure of other people's motivation and why that would be important, especially in the temple. And that surprises me, you guys. Like I didn't realize that I didn't realize that about the donations in the temple that people were acknowledged in that way.
Yeah, sometimes here it's like this in some temples. I confess that I don't feel comfortable when this happens because I don't believe that push someone to donate in front of everyone it's the best way. But this is only my personal opinion. Also, there is some situations when we want to publicly express thanks to someone for their seva, right? So we announce, for instance, thank you Krishna Kala for cooking the prasadam tonight. Thank you Devalaya for give the brilliant class. And this is something that happens too, but I think that it's much more different. It's much more to appreciate the seva of someone instead of um, trying to make someone been visible. You know what I mean? Like it's much more to appreciate the seva and remember people that we need a community to do a festival rather than, I don't know, some necessity of appear as someone valuable, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's about the community coming together and supporting one another. I mean, that's another aspect of the devotional service to Krishna. I mean, we do have to come together and donate in certain ways to keep the community going. I think that's very important, actually.
100%, because we need money to everything, right? To pay rent, to buy boga, to offer prasadam after, to pay and advertise on social media to attract more people, right? It is how it is. It's material world. Back into the book here. Um, Good, passionate, and dark acts are all habit forming. As we choose friends, places, music, food, work, etc., in various modes, we give those modes power over our lives. Virtuous acts beget virtue. Passion engenders passion, and dark behavior, such as addiction, wanton violence, etc., traps one in darkness. This is explained also in neuropsychology, right? Because our brain works in repetition. So, whatever action you are repeating, whatever thought you are constantly thinking, this shape your behavior, this shape your character. So it's not something that it's only on the book. We can see this clearly, clearly. Someone would like to continue reading?
I can continue.
Yeah, it's on our mode choices, please.
Our mode choices also shape our perception of reality. Thus, consciousness and goodness perceives a deep spiritual unity within all differences of race, gender, species, etc., whereas passionate perception sees such differences as fundamental and final, with no ultimate unity. Finally, cognition in darkness sees no truth at all in the world and lacks any power of abstract thought.
Yes, or we see the word as the word, as we are, right? Not as the word it is. I don't know if you agree with this. Hey Yashoda, Hare Krishna. Would like to continue reading the Valaya?
Sure. Thus, the modes are both moral and epistemic. That is, they reflect the condition, the moral quality of our acts, and also govern how and to what extent we understand the world and ourselves. A passionate person may read piles of books, perform many experiments, and contribute vastly to our material knowledge, but only the virtuous soul rises to clear consciousness by which is seen the ultimate purpose and meaning of life. Yeah, just going back to your point about the minds being, I forget the word that you used though. Like habit forming, like these thoughts, like either if they're sattvic, the mode of passion, or tamasic, like it's really our ability to keep feeding this into the mind and making it a habit. And actually, it's funny because the other I've told my son in the past, he's a teenager, I said, "You're getting into bad mental habits. Stop it now." Because he was being just very passionate about certain things. And I said, "It's not him, it's a habit. It's a habit of the mind." So it's like we really, I don't know if he really wanted to listen to that, but I did say it.
Yeah, and we know that an adolescent is facing lots of changes, hormones, all this kind of stuff. You try to point it and then give it a true, but you did your best, right? Hey Dina, welcome. Hare Krishna.
Praise all.
I continue to sharing here. Dina would like to read.
Where would you like me to start?
Oh, thank you. It's the part that is highlighted, the second one, rising or falling in the universe.
Rising or falling in the universe or staying where we are depends on the mode we call the mood. Mode? I mean the mode. On the mode. It's so small on my screen. We cultivate in life. The quality that motivates us and shapes our perception. Nature's modes are not mere passive qualities, but rather active powers that force us to act. Thus the passion mode gives rise to lust and anger, which compel us, even against our rational will, to act badly or even wickedly. When we falsely see ourselves as ephemeral flesh, bodily cravings shroud our pure cognition, just as smoke covers fire, dust covers a mirror, or a wound covers an embryo. Indeed, lust, anger, and greed are gateways to darkness that ruin the soul. As we try to enjoy nature's modes and cling to them, we take birth in good and bad wombs based on the quality of our acts and choices. By conditioning us to act materially, the modes bind us to this world. Goodness, for example, fosters worldly joy and wisdom, but a good person clings to these.
Thank you. Uh, how can we help one to be situated in the mood of goodness? What do you all think? Doesn't need to be anything elaborated. There is no, we're not here to judge, we're just here to help each other because we know that we are all in material world. We are all dealing with all these modes all the time, and it's different to stay situated in Sattva Guna all the time.
I think for me, I try to redirect, like if it's a conversation I'm having with someone, like a family member, a friend, or even just, in the community, I try to redirect the conversation. I do not tolerate gossip. I really don't like gossip. I mean, that's the austerity of speech. I mean, it's just, if it's a situation where the person's gossiping a lot, like I just don't associate with them. Like I just excuse myself or I don't add to the conversation. But it does happen, I think that's pretty common. But yeah, just redirecting, maybe just, removing myself from the conversation. And then people pick up on this stuff. It's like if people aren't contributing to the conversation, it sometimes just naturally goes in another direction anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I think that the capacity that we have to communicate and be open to receive what someone is trying to share with us can help someone to be situated in Sattva Guna. Because sometimes one just needs to vent. And it's really beneficial when you can do this with someone that there is similar values, right? Because open if you review your thoughts, if you open your mind, if you share with someone that has different values, the result can be catastrophic, right?
I totally agree with you. I think the difference for me is that I've been in situations where, like, with a group of people and they just start tearing down other people, and it's like a character assassination. That's what I mean by the gossip. Like, if someone is sharing me with me one on one or with a few people, like, and they're just revealing their heart and they're being vulnerable, like, I don't see that. I feel like that's really important for me to listen and engage, but yeah, just the negativity towards like demonizing people, like that's not cool for me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And we all have qualities, we all have strengths, we all have our failures also. We all have defects, aspects of our personality that we want to change, that we want to improve, right? So for me, meditate on my rounds every day helps me a lot about return back to Sattva Guna mode. Be in contact with my rounds, touch the beads, say the name of Krishna. This helps me to concentrate myself, to reestablish my breath, to reduce the pace, you know? Does someone would like to share any other way to return to Saraguna?
I don't even know when I'm in Satyaguna. So I'm gonna try to keep myself there if I'm not. But what you said about um, meditating, like I do my rounds when I'm driving before work in the morning, and it feels good because it's like I started like before 6 in the morning. It's normally 5:50, and it makes all difference because by the time I get at work, I chant like 8 rounds, maybe 7. Um, and it feels lighter to be there because I can get out of my Satyaguna mode in a second. So, and to get back, ooh, no, because then I just want to stab people, I'm not, let's leave it there. And then when I'm done, I'm back in my Satyaguna mode, I guess. Because then I chant the rest of my rounds going home, and then I get home, I'm good, You feel like you did what you could. But yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Yes, and also it's different when you can chant your rounds in the morning, right? I feel much better when I can chant my rounds until midday than to chant rounds at night because I have less energy, I'm tired, I had lots of things on my mind to solve. I want to rest and all this kind of stuff. But I thought that you mentioned other thing actually. I thought that you mentioned about doing kantis as a way that you like to concentrate your mind.
Well, I have many, many things I can concentrate. Mostly like yesterday, as everybody was trying to do something as a sankalpa or something, because the day yesterday was a good day to keep practicing what you want. If you never read the Bhagavad-gita, you could start yesterday and just go every day. And then I was thinking about what can I do, but I do. Every day I'm gonna watch a Mangala or a program. Every day I do watch a class or a podcast or a Swami saying talking in a class. Every day I try to have a house sadhana in my house. I don't need to be in the temple, I don't need to be with everybody, but it's every day. And I was thinking about like what can I do that, and I do my own kantis, and I try to make my own jewelries to not, you know because I like it, and then it's comfortable. I don't think about anything but what I'm doing right now. And it's comfortable. And that's how I make my life comfortable. Even though a lot is happening around me, I'm just making, I'm trying to keep myself in Satyagun, I guess. I try every day. I guess I'm trying.
Yes, this is the point, right? We are trying. We are trying. And if you don't listen, you won't know about the philosophy. If you don't read, you won't know about the philosophy. If you don't give yourself opportunities to get in touch with the holy names, you won't be in touch with the holy names. Rather watching a Mangal Arati, rather going in temple, rather changing your rounds, right? It's up to us organize our time in a way that we can put this practice in the center of our life and bring Krishna to the center of our house. I agree with you. I will continue to share the screen here so we can continue the reading. Oh, there is a continuation of that pyramid actually? No. Tina. Okay, I click on the other part. Just a moment, please. Okay, here we are. We stop here, Dina?
I think at the bottom of
Yeah,
the second page.
right. So our troubles begin when we meditate on a material sense object attract by its qualities. Attachment, sangha, arise, and the mind clings to that object, be it another person, a fancy car, a big house, a prestigious position, intellectual power, or whatever. If we continue to contemplate that object, our clinging attachment turns into intense longing, kama. We lust for that object. When we do not achieve our wish or obtain the object of our lust, anger, krodha arise. And even when we do, anger comes anyway, since no material object can satisfy the soul. In case of intense desire, anger bewilders us and we forget what is truly important in life. Once we forget, we lose our reason and our real spiritual identity vanishes from our mind. Krishna describes this entire sequence. We saw this in other meetings, right? Because it was pointed in other parts of the book already. And I believe that Acharya shared this again because how important it is for us to realize this, that it can easily be caught by these feelings and lost our point here.
I didn't realize that sangha means attachment or clinging, because I think of like a sangha, a satsanga, like a community. Is that the same? Do you think?
We need to search in the Sanskrit dictionary. I don't have the Sanskrit skills to answer this question, to be honest.
I'll look it up.
Thank you. Because here it says attachment, sangha, right? It's interesting because we generally think about sadhu sangha. So, it's on the next paragraph here, Devalaya. Sangha attachment, clinging, is the mental glue that fastens us to objects embodying this or that mode. Thus, we rotate through high and low bodies. This makes me wonder why people that are angry are so attached to stay angry and to sustain their point of view even when they are wrong, right? And they're attached to this bad mode and they don't want to change their mental state no matter what. Do you find it? I will continue to.
It does say, I mean, this is just one definition, association and attachment, company, union, or contact. So satsanga, association with devotees. So, I mean, I feel like there are so many Sanskrit words that have like multiple meanings. So, yeah, it was just interesting because it says attachment.
Yeah, exactly. There's multiple meanings on the words, and I really don't know, but I would like to have this answer also. Thank you for searching. Um, One might conclude that the mode-driven soul has no free will, but in fact, the modes act upon us only when, and to the extent that, we try to exploit them. Consider this example. Once we purchase a ticket, board a commercial flight, and take off, we must accept the consequence of our act. We must fly to our destination. Yet, even aboard the plane, we still have free will. We may chat, sleep, watch a movie, or even cause a disturbance that will lead to legal difficulties. And this reminds me, people, that when someone chooses to act in a way, but doesn't want the fruits of their actions. That's what I think when I read this paragraph. Like, you have the free will to choose how you act, but you cannot choose the results of your actions, right? And that's why it's so important to be cautious and pay attention in what you're doing, what you're saying. What do you all think about this? Have you ever tried to run from the results of your actions?
Well, I felt very embarrassed. Sorry, Yashoda. No, I just, yeah, after a few things that I did over the weekend, I was like, oops, that wasn't a very good choice. It was when I was playing tennis and I was getting really mad at myself because I hadn't played in a like a week. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm playing so horribly. And then I started getting worse and worse and worse. And then I was like, one of my friends said, you're really too hard on yourself. And then I was like, no, I'm not. And that made me even madder. So yeah, that was not good.
I think we all can relate at least one situation that we act in a way that we don't feel pride, but and we regret, right? We're human. What do you think, Yashoda? Your mic is closed.
Yeah. Yeah, there are situations where we regret doing things. Even the simple one, like yesterday I went to the program, it was super cool, but I was so tired. I wanted to be there. And I didn't stay for the prasad. I just got a to-go container and I came eating in the car because I had to wake up today super early and I have to drive like an hour and 15 minutes to get home. The devotee's house. And I was like, oh my God. And Gauramani, are you coming next Sunday? Because I think we're going to do an extra program because it's Nishingadev. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, yes, but no, I can't. Why did I say yes? I'm going to be so tired again. And I can't do that. And I'll regret it immediately. And I'm going to tell her I might not go. So, because I want her counting on me and I'm not going to be there. And then I was the whole way driving home saying, why did I say yes? No, I'm so tired. I'm freaking tired. I can't say yes like that. I can't. And then I said yes. And I was like, okay, I need to message her and say, I'm not sure that I'm going. So like, it's just a little thing that I'm gonna regret because I got home super late. I had to shower. I stopped and I'm like, what are you doing? I said, "Dude, I stay here and I'm gonna sleep. I need to wake up 5 in the morning. Because I was like, okay, fine. So there's a little regret in that, but I loved being there also. But I'm Capricorn, guys. Come on. I need to do the things right. And then I don't want to be tired. I want to do the thing right. But you kind of regret sometimes. I know.
We're having a discussion these days about growth, and I don't remember exactly the words. Maybe the Valaya helps, I'm not sure. It was a card, an inspirational card, and we are talking about how important it is to try to grow, try to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but also if you try to do this all the time, you'll be overwhelmed, and it's not gonna be good for you. And this applies to devotional service also, because I think that we all here trying to do our sevas and chant rounds and be in association, but sometimes you just can't, and it's okay. You need to rest. You need to have a free time. You need to stay alone for a while, right?
I
Yeah.
have just one thing
Oh,
to talk. I'm sorry. I have just one thing to talk about this comfort zone that I don't remember when was the last time I was there. Because not even in my mom's belly I was comfortable because she was smoking the whole pregnancy. So let's cut off the comfort zone because I don't know what it is. That's my comment about the comfort zone.
Neverla, you say something?
oh, I remember the card that you referred to, and yeah, okay, so yes, comfort zone too. Like, what is this comfort zone? Like, I feel like there is a fine line. I can give you an example. Like, so I was asked to do some service, and I was like, okay, well, I haven't done service like this before. I think I can do it. Like, I don't know, maybe, but I'll try. I mean, I'm into like trying new things. But then I kept thinking about this upcoming service, and I was like, I don't know about this. I'm feeling not so great about this. And I had literally anxiety about the service. And I was like, I don't think I can do this. This is way beyond my realm of ability. And then guess what? I was never asked to do the service. Like it kind of just fell off the radar. And I felt so relieved. I was like, I literally had anxiety about the service that I never had to do. And so I was like, oh, phew, I don't have to do the service. But honestly, if I was asked to do it, I think I would have learned from it, but I think it would have been really hard, you guys. I think it would have been a really rough road. So that's the fine line I mean. It's like, how much do I push myself? But then I'm not going to fall off a cliff. That would be pushing too hard. But I do need a little push.
I agree with you. I was listening to a class this morning that Mahatma Das gave on Saturday, and he was talking about the first time that he did a Guru Puja to Prabhupada. And it was very interesting because he related that he never done a Guru Puja before, and he saw the arati play there, and he starts wondering who will do an arati. There is no one to do an arati, there is only me. And then someone asked him to do the Guru Puja. And it was really interesting because he shared how much nervous he was feeling. And he said that was the first and the last time that he had the opportunity to do a Guru Puja for Prabhupada in person. It was so interesting. It was so interesting because we don't have too much photographs and videos about devotees doing Guru Puja to Prabhupada in person, right? And everyone that did a puja, an arati, we all know that we stay super nervous at the beginning on the first time that you're doing, and we all understand this feeling, but at the same time you need to start, you need to do, you need to try. But you also need to know if you're able to do that service or not. I'll see if I share this class with you all tomorrow. It's a really good class. And it's a really tricky subject also, right? It's very personal. There's many variations when it's time, if I'm ready to do it or not. I know that we reach our time already, but if you don't mind, I think that we could try to finish this page, to finish the third part. What do you think?
Sure.
Thank you. Dina, would
I
like to
have a big
continue.
part,
Huh?
a big part is that I lose connection. So if you don't see me back, it's because it's a long way without connection. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for saying. Does someone would like to continue reading?
Where do you want me to start?
Oh, please, thank you. We stop the Sanskrit word vasha.
The Sanskrit word vasha means control, and the opposite avasha means without control against one's desires or will. Repeatedly, Krishna uses this word avasha to show that our attempts to exploit nature cause us to fall helplessly under nature's control. On the other hand, by spiritual practice, one achieves real control over one's life. Similarly, the law imprisons precisely that person who tries to live above the law. One who obeys just law lives in freedom. Modes bind us to this world, and in that bound state we cannot fix our mind on our eternal existence. Again and again we compulsively try to enjoy the world, regardless of what our pure reason in the form of muffled, gagged conscious tries to tell us about true self-interest. To transcend this illusionary state, we must change our association. By associating with spiritual energy, spiritual people, etc., we review our we revive. Making up words tonight. It's time for Dana to go to bed. We revive our spiritual nature. We then easily, spontaneously, naturally act for our highest self-interest. We do have free will, but we cannot avoid the consequences of our choices. The cosmic system that responds to our mode choices and delivers their consequences is called karma.
Thank you, Dina. I'd like to share something that highlighted for you, something that you thought interesting.
Me? Mm,
Yeah, or someone else, Devalaya, Dina. I thought really interesting that Achille would describe that the last line, the cosmic system that responds to our mode choices and delivers their consequences is called karma. Cosmic system.
Yeah, cosmic system. I'd like him to talk more about that. Maybe he does in the guide. That's really interesting. Cosmic system. But I think for actually Raghunath was just speaking about this in his class. This is not like a new thing. I just listened to the class today, so it was on my mind. But like who we associate with, like so in the Nectar of Instruction by uh, Lord Chaitanya. So it's like, you know, it's not to say, okay, we have to be so fanatical that I'm only going to associate with only devotees. No, that's not really possible. Like I have to associate with people in work and in my community and, it's just not realistic. So, but the thing is, it's like putting my time into just having the association with devotees is so important because that's where my consciousness is going to be, even though I do associate with other non-devotees, but it's like the more I do, I don't want it to be lopsided. Like I want my majority of my time to be with devotees versus non-devotees because again, that's where I want to focus. So it's going to create my reality and it's going to create my karma because of just the experiences I have with the devotees. And yeah, I feel like the cosmic system will reciprocate and respond. Just like Acharya Dave says, because he's brilliant.
Yeah, indeed. And he says, by associating with spiritual energy, spiritual people, we revive our spiritual nature. So not necessarily is someone that has the same practice as you have, but someone that is in the same mode of knowing that, okay, material world, it's only a frame of our experience here. There is much more that we cannot understand right now, but if we try to understand together, we can evolve, right?
That's the power of association.
Yeah, 108%. So thank you all for your cessation tonight.
Thank you so much, Prema. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you. Hope to see you next week. We'll do a special.
Thank you.
Mhm. We'll do a special meeting because it's gonna be Nrsimhadev appearance. So we do kind of a warm up
Oh,
to
that sounds
Nrsimhadev.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And the actual day's on Thursday, right? Is that right? The 30th?
I
I can
think
check
so. I
right
had that
now.
on my calendar because the temple festival is on Thursday.
Well, that's why I noticed it, I think.
Yeah, I
It
believe,
was in a
yes.
newsletter somewhere, I think. And I was.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
it for the 30th. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pre-warm up, like you said.
Yeah. So next Monday, So next Monday we'll do a special meeting, like a warm-up to start to synchronize our consciousness in the energy of Nishinhadev.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
all.
much. Have a great week.
Have a
You
great week, Haribo.
too.